here's how I know that it's not true, and then I'll show you guys the clips. All right, so since Conor McGregor has joined the cast of TUF, what's the biggest story that has come out? The story, of course, is the one that he showed up and he kicked 3 people off of the cast. They had already been cast, they thought they were in, and they got kicked out. It's not true, and I could prove it, okay? I can at least prove that the details that have been essentially widely agreed upon are inaccurate. And I'll show you exactly how I know. And I figured this out this morning just through kind of traditional MMA fan means by watching other people's interviews and then just going, wait a minute. Okay, so this person is talking about people he knows. This person is talking about people he knows. This person's talking about okay, well, this just blew up the entire story. This blows up the whole story. Bottom line, the way that this has been reported, it's not true. Can't be true. Cannot be true. So we'll get into that, and I will show you what I mean. And then I'll talk again about the story from Conor and Tom Aspinall that I touched on briefly in my live stream yesterday. I ended up taking that live stream down. Also, I watched another video about it that Bisping did this morning, and I was like, wow, that was way worse than I even realized. Conor went bananas on Tom Aspinall for absolutely no reason, and he went way harder than I thought for something that was a way less big deal than I thought. So we'll talk about that. I'm going to do 2 other videos literally right this second. Now, if you haven't subscribed yet, feel free to go ahead and do that. Handshake. Hold on. I'll talk to you guys at the end of this video about a really hilarious thing. Like, I can't put it at the front of the video because people get all bent out of shape. But for my actual fans, I'll talk about it at the end of this video. If I remember, I have ADD. The story was that Conor showed up, gets out of his, his truck or, his car, whatever, kind of does up his tie, comes inside and goes, all right, let me get a look at these guys. Who do we got? Well, Dana, unfortunately for 3 of these guys, I got 3 guys in the car and these guys got to go. It's like, okay, Conor, well, I mean, listen, we already picked them. He's like, I don't care. Get rid of them. Get these guys out of here. And so, like I said, I'm going to disprove this story right now. And so you got to ask yourself, where did this story come from? Like, where did this rumor start? Because I have not seen a single official channel state this. I have tried to reach out to my people that are like dead center of this thing, but they're obviously very busy. I haven't gotten any info there. But if you really think through how this happened, it happened through rumors. Like, this came out through the rumor mill, right? And it came out through the rumor mill through fighters that had been kicked off of the show at the last minute. They thought they were on, and then they were not. And it was right after Conor came, and the rumor was like, oh, Conor kicked us off because he wanted to make room for his guys. So here's how I know that it's not true, and then I'll show you guys the clips, okay? So who are the guys that were removed, right? Who are the guys that were removed? I don't know if you guys know, but I do, okay? So, well, or at the very least, I knew that at least it was Chris Moutinho, and I knew that it was a dude from, anyway, it doesn't even matter, because here are the actual guys that have now been verified as having been removed, okay?
But shout out to my boy Chris Moutinho, who was on the show, and then now he's not.
Oh, no
so
way.
The legacy lives on. I know. I was like, I'll watch that. Now I probably won't. Jokes.
Rubenstein's the one who reported he was all fired up. Ken Cross, Mitch Ramirez, and Brandon Jenkins all just got pulled to make room for 3 of Conor's guys to be on the show, and people are all fired up for it.
2 guys from Clip FC, Loic, and another guy, Lando. Mm-hmm. He's the Titan FC champion. And so everything was set, and Michael was there, and I supposed to go there to film with Michael the first week, but I'm in camp. I kind of took like, man, I gotta avoid that one. I gotta stay here for my camp, So I decided not to go there, and then I just hear the news that, like I said, they select all the fighters before all the names. Okay, these guys are going, these guys are out. They do a trials for it, and interviews, a bunch of things, and the day that they start filming, Conor McGregor got in. I think he brought 2 or 3 of his own guys. And I don't know exactly what happened, but he just put his guys in, took a couple guys out. And Loic was one of the guys that went out.
You got Loic Razabov. Sorry, he's a PFL finalist twice, who is on Gilbert Burns' team and Michael Chandler's team. He's one of Michael Chandler's training partners, okay? So this guy who got removed is one of Michael Chandler's training partners, okay? So you think that Conor came in and was like, I want all these guys gone. They're all, who we'll remove? One of Michael Chandler's real teammates, okay? First of all, that makes no sense. Chris Moutinho got removed. We all know that, okay? And then Sean O'Malley and Tim Welch verified that Ken Cross, Mitch Ramirez, and Brandon Jenkins all got removed, okay? And these are all supposedly removed under the Conor showed up and kicked us out the door situation. Okay, well, that's 5 people, okay? That's 5 people, 5 verified people. Unless Sean O'Malley and Tim Welch are making things up. You know, Chris Matinho was never actually chosen. When I saw him, he was so chosen that he was on the release. Like, it was like, here, he's on the show. And then boom, he wasn't on the show. I put him on my original video, right? And then the Loic one, he was chosen and then he was kicked off. So that's 5 people. So unless the story is that Conor came in and kicked 5 people off, which, I mean, I guess that's possible. I guess it's possible, but Conor's denying the entire thing. Conor's like, no, dude, I didn't have any. I only know one person and he's fighting the number 1 seed. That was his response. Remember, he denied it completely. I only know one person. He's fighting the number 1 seed. So at the very least, the way this has been reported is not correct. Just bottom line, it's not correct. Okay. There was not 3 people kicked off and I'm just talking, this is just through interviews that I found today. Okay. Like this morning, the first time I started looking into it. Cause I was like, wait a minute, you know, like I know Matinho's off. I just heard Sean and them say 3. And then I just heard Gilbert Burns say one of his guys. That's 5. That's 5. And I have a dude, and here's the thing, that doesn't even include my inside source, who's the one who told me about it to begin with. I reached out to him. I literally have this out. I'm like, hey, what are the names of your guys who were removed? And if these are going to be different names, and this could be even more than 5, okay? So Conor removed 3 people? Not true. Not true. Unless, you know, this side of it is just wrong, okay? So here's what I think happened based on what Gilbert Burns said, because Gilbert Burns said that they went and they started trials, okay? And the story that I got from him was that they had gone through trials, they had been selected, they had gotten all of their gear, and they were under the impression that they were moving on and moving into the house. Okay, so this could be as simple as a miscommunication, right? Where like, they're like, you're moving on or something like that, where, it literally could have just been a miscommunication. They thought that, you know, whoever communicated them, they were moving on, just meant you're moving on to the next round. It didn't mean that they had made it all the way onto the cast. Either way, if someone is trying to tell me that Conor showed up and on the first day of filming went, hey, dude, I've got 5 guys, you know, minimum that might, you know, this might end up being more, and I want all these guys out to make room for him. That's a tough sell for me. It's not impossible. I mean, dude, the guy's balls are enormous. No one's going to question the size of that guy's balls. Brass too. Huge, heavy brass balls. So I'm trying to do a better job of getting right into the videos. I read your guys' comments. I apologize. So I'm going to put subscription thing in the middle, and I'm going to put the ads in the middle for a little while. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, the deal on this channel is it's a gentleman's agreement. If you're going to watch a bunch of my videos, just subscribe. That's the only cost. It's free to you, but that is a payment to me, because it makes a huge difference in how much my stuff gets suggested, and it makes a huge difference in basically every single metric that I watch on YouTube. So if you don't mind subscribing, if you're going to watch my content, I appreciate it. It's a gentleman's agreement, and you guys tend to live up to it, and I appreciate that. And thank you to those in advance that are about to do it right now. And also, I want to plug my favorite sponsor on earth, Sheath Underwear, and announce a new giveaway for Sheath. If you've never tried Sheath Underwear, it is what all the ballers wear. You will see it on all the best channels. You tuck your junk and then your other junk into the pockets. It protects you from them getting sweaty and uncomfortable. It is an amazing product, and it really genuinely is an amazing product. I'm wearing them every single day. Anytime anyone's like, let's see, it's like, there you go, boo. There you go, boo. There you go, boo. But yeah, so this month we're doing another Jordans giveaway. Last month, Thomas Mendez won. I got him some Jordan 1s, some black 1s. And if you don't know why, it's because I don't know what your guys' taste is. And also, 1s are the bomb. You can't go wrong with black 1s. So if you want to be entered into this month's contest, go ahead and buy a pair of Sheath Underwear. You will get 1 entry for each pair that you buy. And you're going to be happy anyway, because they're awesome. They're other awesome products, okay? So you go to sheathunderwear.com and use the promo code FIRE, and that will give you a huge discount on them. And then also you enter yourself in to win a pair of Jordans. You email me the receipt, realjesseonfire@gmail.com, and we'll rock and roll. Thank you guys for taking the time to watch this ad. I love you guys. You're going to love Sheath Underwear like I do. Sheathunderwear.com. Use the promo code FIRE. But like, they already cast the show, you know what I mean? So we'll see what happens, but that seems like a very notable detail to throw into this story. Now, on the Tom Aspinall stuff, so listen, dude. One of the reasons I did this story this morning is because like my attention to detail is not really like never really. It's not really my strong suit, dude. Like my strong suit is more, hey, Jesse, do you want to come on my podcast? It's like, sure. And they're like, all right, well, let's do a prep session. I'm like, we don't need to do that. They're like, I mean, don't you want to know what we're going to talk about? Not really. Just throw it at me, dude. We'll be fine. And then every time I do that, it ends up being an awesome episode because my gift is just being able to on the fly just talk and make it interesting, you know? So as a, you know, like where there are gifts, there are, you know, oh, look, hey, look, you're an idiot. Like, look at, oh, look, you're gifted here. And look at how that turned out. You're a grown up and you're completely deficient here. You're an idiot. It's like, I know. No, I know. I completely know that. And so sometimes details, idiot, you know, like I laugh every time that I get like I get comments from people that are like, oh God, you're the greatest. I mean, we already know you're the greatest at everything. I'm like, you don't really watch my stuff very much, do you, dude? Like, I'll tell you when I'm good at something, but I will equally tell you when I am absolutely trash at something. And there's more things I'm garbage at than things that I'm good at. I'm just really good at the things I'm good at. And I'm really, really, really bad at the things I'm bad at. So anyway, I don't even know why, you know, if I was trying to demonstrate that I have ADD, good job, dude. You just talked about that for 10 minutes. So the Tom Aspinall story, I read Tom Aspinall's quote once, and then I saw that Conor was like, fuck you, Mr. Potato Head. Like, don't keep my name out of your mouth, rat. And I was like, damn, he went off for no reason. And I just went live. And then today I saw Aspinall's full quote, and then I saw Conor's full response. I was like, this is way worse than I thought. This is way worse, dude. Like Tom Aspinall had this long, well thought out thing that was like, you know, look, man, I mean, summarizing, listen, I'm just not that interested in the fight. You know, Conor, I feel like he's fallen off a little bit. I mean, I have this heavyweight fight coming this weekend and I'm much more interested in that. Like, you know, they're like, I could name 20 fights I'm more interested in. Of course I'll watch it, but if the fight gets canceled, I won't be devastated. That's literally what he said. And Conor's response was, fuck you. There goes your BK deal, whatever BK is. Starve. You're going to fucking starve and then die. He said he's going to starve him and kill, like, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to starve you and kill you by whatever this BK deal, like some BK deal. I have no idea what that was, but clearly it must have been some kind of sponsorship where Conor has pull, which is probably a lot of places. And he's like, yeah, he literally says starve and die. And then he said, fuck you, rat. Keep my name out of your mouth, Mr. Potato Head. Fuck you. I'll turn your head to potato mush or whatever. And you're like, Jesus, man. All he said was he wasn't that interested in the fight, dude. And he said you've fallen off a bit. You haven't fought in 19 months, dude. No one knew if you were even coming back. Like, look, dude, there are no bigger, like, you know, advocates for Conor than me because of what I do. Like, I love when Conor's in the mix, dude. I love it. Conor said the thing. He's like, I'm snapping head kicks faster than I'm throwing jabs. I'm like, I'm in, dude. I cannot wait to see it. But like, dude, I mean, do you disagree with that? You were on the French Riviera for like a year, dude. No one had any idea if you were coming back. You posted a video of your girl going down on you on a boat, dude. Okay? We were hearing stories about you kicking people in the stomach, like girls having to throw themselves off boats, you know? Like, do we know that they're true? No, but they sound nuts, man. Put yourself in our position. It's like, hey, does Conor seem super focused on MMA right now? It's like, not really. They're always doing Roadhouse too. It's like, dude, that'll be a great movie. Anybody could go back and check the tape. I said Conor will be exceptional in that movie, and I will stand by that. I think that movie's gonna be fucking awesome. I will except for one problem. Jake Gyllenhaal can't fight worth shit, and you can't, like, for me, if an actor can't fight and it's obvious, it really makes it hard for me. But Conor will be so good that maybe it'll make up for it. But nonetheless, like, I mean, really, is that like an outlandish statement? Conor's fallen off a little bit. It's like, hey, dude, you were the biggest star in the history of the sport. And now you're still the biggest star, just not quite at the pinnacle that you once were before you shattered your ankle, lost, multiple fights in a row, took 2 years off, toured the French Riviera, had a bunch of scandals where you're beating people up for no reason, did a movie. And then now you're just getting back. It's like, yeah, I'm just not quite as interested as I once was. He's all, I'll fucking kill you. I will fucking kill you. You're like, Jesus, man. That seems like a reasonable, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't understand. Why are you so mad about that, dude? So anyway, yeah. So that's that. That is that. So here's the other thing. For my real fans, because I kind of stretched this out so that only my actual fans would watch this. But Jesus, man, it is, you cannot talk anything politics on a channel like this. Like you can't, not even when like an MMA fighter does something political, you know? Like it was kosher when it was, when it was Jake Shields and Balenciaga, because you can't be on the other side of the Balenciaga thing, you know? As long as you actually looked and saw what it was, you were like, oh, you're defending them? Go ahead. Defend Balenciaga. They're like, well, I think, I think, I'm trying not to say the words SRA. Anybody who knows that, I was trying to say SRA without saying the words that are the acronym SRA. It's something that I really support. However, if a former UFC fighter, same era as Jake Shields, goes botso on Twitter and says a bunch of things as a born-again Christian about people, men who like men, and you make a video about it and you kind of make it funny and you throw in some things and you throw a jab or two in at people who speak with certainty about things that there's absolutely no way that they could possibly know with certainty. And the only reason you really do it is because they're being mean to other people who, you're like, listen, man, it's really not nice to tell a person who lives on faith that their faith is based on nonsense when you can't prove it, Dude, do you know how many subscribers I lost yesterday from that video? I took it down. I was like, Jesus, I don't think I said anything that was outlandish. The only thing I can think of is, I lost 32 subs on that video. It's like, dude, there are 32 people that defend their right to shit on other people's faith that hard that when I pointed out, there's no way you could really know. They're all, the audacity of this YouTube creator. Of course I know. How? Well, I just do. For sure? No. Well, they can't prove it their side either. No one said they could. You're saying you could prove that it doesn't exist. I'm saying, no, you can't. That's all. That's all. So calm down, you guys. Like, faith doesn't really need to come into this channel. It's just a thing that I said, Like, geez. But if you guys saw that was up and then you saw it go away, I could tell you where you could watch it still. Rhymes with Bumble. I have Jesse on Fire and Jesse on Everything. Both channels are over there. No spaces. Jesse on Fire, no spaces. Jesse on Everything, no spaces. So yeah, go give it a look. Subscribe to the channel. I love you guys. Peace.